All right, and now for your sports news, we're joined by NTD's Dave Martin. Dave, we've got NFL and some college football news, but let's start in baseball as the New York Yankees have reportedly agreed to a 5-year deal with free agent all-star Cody Bellinger. How much money did he get?
$162.5 million.
You're just kidding, though.
Now, that is according to multiple outlets. That comes to $32.5 million per season. Now, that seemed pretty high coming into this offseason. Well, he's already seen Kyle Tucker get $60 million a year from the Yankees. Bo Bichette reportedly getting $42 million from the Mets. But keep in mind, both Tucker and Bichette are younger. Now, Bellinger isn't old, but he did turn 30 last summer. I think the fit is right here, though, on both sides. Now, the Yankees definitely benefit from Bellinger's position versatility. Last season, his only season with the Yanks, he started 59 games in left field, 48 games in right field, 38 games in center field, and even a few games at first base. That's very useful to a club, especially like the Yankees, whose outfield is somewhat in flux. I think Bellinger definitely benefited from playing half his games in Yankee Stadium where they have that short right porch. His home batting average and power numbers much better than they were on the road. So I think it was definitely a right fit for both clubs or both him and the club. So it looks like the deal is done.
Astronomical. All right, moving to some sports and politics news. Longtime NFL sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya, she's announced that she's running for the U.S. Senate in Minnesota.
Yeah, Tafoya won 4 Emmys as a sports journalist. She's very well respected in her field. She was NBC's sideline reporter for their Sunday Night Football for a dozen years. Now, as a politician, she's hoping to win the Republican nomination for the Minnesota seat. Now, that seat was vacated by retiring Democratic Senator Tina Smith. Now, Tafoya put out a video on social media with some of her platforms. She said, quote, "As Minnesota's senator, I will clean up the system, fighting corruption, ending the fraud, and enforcing more tax dollars. I will protect what's fair and safe, standing with our law enforcement officers, deporting dangerous criminals, and keeping female sports for female athletes." Now, she's got her work cut out for her. The state has not elected a Republican to the U.S. Senate since 2002.
Hey, crossing wires, mate. She might do well. Now, shifting gears to the NFL, Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pegula said today he did not fire head coach Sean McDermott over a bad call. I'm assuming he's referring to the overtime interception by Josh Allen. What'd you make of it?
Yeah, I actually thought it was the right call, and I don't like saying that because I was definitely rooting for Buffalo. But this call will forever be debated, though, and not just because it was so close. The call was so pivotal. But if Buffalo's receiver Brandon Cooks catches it, they have the ball deep in Denver territory in overtime. All they have to do is kick a field goal with it, which from that distance is a chip shot. They win and they advance. Instead, it was ruled an interception. Denver gets the ball. They move down the field, hit a field goal. They won the game. But on that play in question, Cooks does catch the ball. I didn't think we quite had it secured when he hit the ground. Now, that's not an indictment on Cooks. It was really an acrobatic catch. But he had Buffalo's defensive back, Jaquan McMillan, really all over him. And when he hit the ground, all tangled up together, McMillan emerged with the ball. They gave him the interception. Now, normally, if it's a tie of who has it, it does go to the offense, but they ruled it an interception. Now, for me, I was very surprised that they didn't stop and review the play. That I don't understand. And in overtime, there's no coach's challenge, so Buffalo just had to live with it.
Oh, Dave, the playoffs have been nuts this year. But now, looking at college football news, Duke star quarterback Darian Mensah is in a legal battle with the university over transferring while still under contract. Where do things stand right now?
Yeah, a judge has allowed him to enter the transfer portal, but he cannot enroll at another school or play for another football team until they rule on Duke's request for an injunction that will prevent him from leaving. Now, Mensah reportedly signed an NIL deal with Duke with approximately $4 million for this upcoming season. That's according to ESPN. Now, this past season, he was very good for Duke, led the ACC in passing yards with nearly 4,000, also threw for 34 touchdowns against 6 interceptions, led them to an ACC title. You can see why they want him. After the season, he announced on social media he'd be returning to Duke for this upcoming season. That was made on December 19. But then last week on Friday, that was the last day the portal was open, he informed Duke he wanted to transfer, or he wanted to enter the transfer portal. That's when Duke took legal action. Now, under the terms of his NIL deal, any disputes must be settled through arbitration, so they have an injunction scheduled for February 2nd. So we'll definitely be watching this case here.
Whew, that's quite the recap. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin.